So I would say localization for a large country like India, I think, is important. And India, all said and done, is they call is a subcontinent. So for ages we have kind of been self-sufficient. The only product that we are not self-sufficient is actually fossil fuels. And luckily now, with electric vehicles, the energy that requires to power these vehicles can be produced, within the country. So when we talk about local production, I think we should start focusing on, moving very quickly to electric vehicles, because $100 billion worth of fossil fuels we import every year. And if we can, move away from importing $100 billion worth of polluting fossil fuels every year into producing our own renewable energy, I think that would be one big step for the country, right from an energy security perspective, as well as from, forex losses that goes out, in purchasing these fossil fuels. So when it comes to electric vehicles, I think the government needs to be a little bit more, suddenly with electric vehicles, we are jumping into trying to make it 100% within the country, which I think it's good to have an ambition, but I don't think it's good to enforce it right from the beginning. Even if you look at the legacy automobile industry, how did it start off with Maruti? And Maruti, for a very long time, the engine and the gearbox was all coming from outside. It took a couple of decades before we were able to kind of, build the entire ecosystem to supply parts and components for the automobile industry locally. Likewise, I would say for electric vehicles, though we should have the ambition to make everything locally, I think we shouldn't penalize the electric vehicle startups and the industry if they need to import components, because all said and done, we need to achieve economics of scale, and at the beginning, it's not going to be we are not going to get there unless it's going to take some time before we get there. But I would say that it is important that the government, kind of funds battery manufacturers to come and manufacture battery cells within the country. I think that's very important. That's a critical component. And I think the government also needs to, secure raw material supplies from within the country and outside the country for battery manufacturing, and also for magnets and rare earths that go into motor manufacturing. So India also, I think, needs to start exploring a lot more for such materials within the country. I'm sure that if we look, we might be able to find such deposits within the country.